Hey everybody, Neil here with Post to Post, starting off the weekend good on a Friday with jersey concepts. We do it every Friday on the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good start to your weekend. And if not, hopefully this makes it a little bit better. Today we have throwback NHL jerseys, but not 32. There's actually 38 files that TechMatt is the designer. He sent them in. So we have some extras, okay? I know by the abbreviations of the file names, we might have some possible teams that used to exist in the NHL. So 38 files, 38 jerseys for us to look at. So let's jump in, let's react to these together and see what TechMatt has for us. Let's bring up the first one. Is going to be Anaheim. Okay, so I mean that's definitely throwback. The original logo, recolorized a little bit, some simple striping, but I actually don't like the shoulders. The front of the shoulders here, the striping, I would remove that. I really like the backing stripe behind the logo. I just don't think that top piece is necessary. This would be a really good alternate, actually. Moving on to the Atlanta Flames. Okay, so they don't exist anymore. But would Calgary, this is a really good thing to look at here, would Calgary actually honor their history, I guess, in a way, and do an Atlanta Flames themed jersey? It's possible, for sure. I can maybe see it. I don't know if they would do like a long-term alternate or something, but maybe like a specialty jersey maybe. I guess overall for the jersey, I mean, I really like it. I actually kind of like that there's so much white up above and it comes down and just stops at the arm. That's a really good usage of white, and it's also balanced with the white at the middle of the bottom of the jersey, so that's pretty good. Next is the Atlanta Thrashers. Wow. As crazy as this looks, and I kind of don't like it because it is a little bit too much for me, this isn't that far off brand from what the Atlanta Thrashers could potentially do if they did still exist. It's really a shame that the Atlanta Thrashers don't exist anymore. It was such a cool name, a cool logo, great color scheme, an incredible color scheme. So really unfortunate that that team went away. Maybe we can get it back someday. But yeah, I mean, it's very nostalgic looking at this, specifically the logo and the colors, but I'm not really a big fan of the design in the back. Boston Bruins. I would say that my opinion probably echoes the exact same thing as I said about Anaheim. Not really a fan of the color on the front of the shoulders, but I like what's going on in the background. It's a very, very throwback classic look, and that fits right into his series here. Yeah, pretty interesting actually, especially since we just did the video going through a deep dive of the Boston Bruins and picking out the best alternate for them. If you haven't seen it, I'll go throw it up on the screen. That's the thumbnail. Go check it out if you haven't seen it after this video. Okay, Buffalo Sabres. I would say that this is like a toned down throwback. Like if they were going to throw it back and do the goat head jersey with red, I think they would just go with the original design. I'm not sure if they would simplify it like this, but you know, maybe. It's nice, fine looking jersey. Carolina Hurricanes. That's weird. It's almost like a New Jersey Devils if the Devils inversed their home jersey, if that makes sense. I will say that I do like it. Now, I appreciate the warning pattern that we see in the striping in a lot of their jerseys, but to see it without it, this is a nice jersey. This is like a very well-developed jersey, simple striping, great shoulders, great colors, good balance. Yep. The Blue Jackets. This is a wonderful throwback jersey. I would absolutely love to see something like this. I know a lot of people don't love that branding from the Blue Jackets, but I'm very nostalgic. I really appreciate it, even though it was short-lived. So yeah, I bring this out, and people would buy it. I would buy it. Wow. Okay, this is going to be a miss for me. This is the pedestal jersey exploded onto the entire jersey with Blasty on the front. This one's just a little bit too much for me. A little too aggressive. The Blackhawks. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty fine jersey. I think that if they were going to do something like this design-wise with that logo and maybe making the shoulders or the shoulder patch kind of colorized like that, I feel like they would go with black as the primary color instead of red, because they already have a red home jersey, but, you know, maybe not. Colorado, wow. So this is Rockies inspired, and that is some really interesting mountain. It almost looks like ice in a way, doesn't it? Because it comes down off of the white shoulders. That's actually pretty cool. I really like this. Yeah, this is good. I don't know if I'd do the numbers in red, but I like this. I like this jersey a lot. I really love the shoulders. Colorado again. This is probably a miss for me. I think it's a little bit too generic. I think one of the best things about Colorado is their super unique jerseys in the original days or now. So this is just a little bit too empty in a way. I think maybe is the best way to put it. Just a little bit too empty for Colorado. Dallas. When we've seen 1,000 concepts like this is a really good rendition of the Star jersey, so I'm 100% be in favor of this. Detroit, pretty simple jersey concept here, not really much to say. It's nice. Edmonton Oilers. I like that color in like little snippets, that little like that bronzy kind of oil color. Put it as like the tertiary or maybe even like fourth or fifth color, depending on how many colors you put in there. But I really don't like it as a secondary color. I think it's a little bit too muddy, so I would probably pass on that, and I would make the shoulders squared because that's just the shoulders that I like. Florida, okay, I'm seeing major McDonald's here. There's like the M that kind of comes down. I can't unsee it now that I've seen it, which is unfortunate because it is kind of a cool jersey design. I don't mind it, but yeah, I just see McDonald's now. I can't not see McDonald's, unfortunately. Okay, the Hartford Whalers. That's a really cool idea for a transition between green and blue in the striping on the arms. Taking the top middle of the logo and implementing that little dip in there. That's pretty cool, actually. I like that a lot. Yeah, it's good. LA Kings like this a lot, actually. That's a great usage of yellow as the secondary color. You could use less and it would look good, but anything more than this and might be a little bit too much. So the balance of color is excellent here. Don't mind the logo. Yeah, I really like this a lot, actually. It's good. Ooh, the Minnesota North Stars. Love the shoulders. The white coming down into a point here, that far down, tremendous decision. And the numbers on the shoulders look so good in green. It pops off the white outlined in yellow. The bottom of the jersey is maybe a little bit of a miss for me, but because I don't really like that design on the bottom of jerseys in general. But it does like balance the top of the jersey at the same time. So yeah, it's a good jersey. Next, Minnesota Wild. Yeah, the green seems a little bit dark for me. And it could be just be my monitor, but it does feel a little bit dark. I like the neck quite a bit. Yeah, all right, let's move on. Montreal Canadiens, not too different than the home jersey. Lots more striping in the background. I would just say I prefer their home jersey. The Devils, I would probably remove the backing stripe from this, or yeah, it's just I think it's the vertical versus horizontal striping here. It's horizontal in the middle, it's vertical on the arms, and I just think it clashes a little bit, so might be a miss for me. Yes, I think this would be pretty good. I don't know if I like this or not. Like the striping on the front of the shoulders, it's very angular, but at the bottom it's very flat and horizontal and stuff. So there's a bit of a different of design approaches, so I feel like they clash a little bit. I might want to see some of that angularity down below as well. The Islanders, so a bit of a fisherman here along the bottom, but no fisherman logo, just the fisherman wave. Great usage though. I like how thick that white stripe is. That's pretty good, and they can kind of see it in the neck as well. Not a bad jersey. The Rangers. Now, I've been a little critical so far, and usually, of some teams, or some concepts rather, that have some color here or some striping here in the front. I think it works sometimes, and sometimes I don't. Can't really explain it. I just, so it is what it is. This is what I feel. I think it works with St. Louis. I think it works with the Rangers away jersey for sure. I think it works here, but I didn't with some of the other concepts that we saw earlier. I don't know why I think that this works. I don't know if it's because it matches the striping on the bottom of the jersey, so I can kind of see that balance. But I know that I like it. So if the Rangers did come out with something like this, it does feel a little bit throwback, a little bit nostalgic and classic, so it fits the series for me. The Ottawa Senators, yeah. I mean, the logo, it kind of mixes in a little bit too much with the background, but it is pretty cool, actually. I do like this. This would be awesome to come back. I don't love the shoulder, I guess technically the shoulder patch being moved from the shoulder down here, but only on one arm. I don't really get that. I would probably put it on both arms or just remove it, I think. But I like the numbers on the shoulders. Philly, yeah, so this was the throwback logo to the late 90s or early 2000s. I can't remember the specific year that they used that. I think it was only for like 4 seasons or very sparingly. It's an okay jersey, not my favorite. The Phoenix Coyotes along the bottom. This is going to be a miss for me as well. I kind of don't, it looks like a referee pattern striping on the inside of the arms, and that's kind of throwing me off. So I would say no to that. Pittsburgh Penguins, absolutely. Bring a version of that beautiful Robo Penguin jersey that we like. Bring it back. You don't have to make it offset like it was before with the lines in the background and one part being a gradient and the other part being lines. That's okay. This is very symmetrical. You still get the gradient kind of in the neck here, and you get the lines on the other side, so that's okay. Just moving that distracting piece up into the neck so it's not as distracting. So I think that's actually a really good decision by Tech Matt. It's a nice jersey. The Quebec Nordiques, I mean, it's a Nordiques jersey for the most part. Obviously, it's not the exact same thing that they wore, but relatively generic. Fleur-de-lis on the shoulders. Apparently, I've been saying that wrong. I'd say fleur-de-lis. Apparently, it's fleur-de-lis. I don't know. Who knew? Well, French people. That's who knew. I don't. Anyways, Seattle Kraken. Yeah, it's okay. I kind of like the idea of that striping for sure. I think I would maybe go... You see how like the tip of the low point of the striping on the arm is almost near the front of the arm, not necessarily like by the side. I feel like it just needs to be shifted from the front to the side, if that makes sense. So that dip is right exactly on the outside. It's just kind of awkwardly angled right now. It's okay. The Sharks. Yeah, okay. This does feel throwback for sure. Yeah, it does. It definitely does feel throwback. It's not my favorite, but it is okay. St. Louis Blues, relatively generic jersey design here. I think I would be okay with this. Missing some color up top, but it also does look pretty good. Empty up there as well. Tampa Bay Lightning, black. Great to have that thrown back in here as much as it is. Numbers, I don't love being gray. I think they would be better on white. I find the gray doesn't pop as much off the blue. The Toronto Maple Leafs, I think this is a better version of their home jersey. It is a bit throwback as well, so I think it fits the series very nicely. Yeah, it's okay. Wow, Vancouver Canucks. Sorry, I wasn't expecting that. You know what? I am typically not or ever a fan of angled like sash type striping or coloring in the background like that. It almost has never worked. I can't even think of a moment that I've saw a concept where I said that I liked it. I look at a lot of concepts, so I'm sure I have at one point. But I kind of like this here. And I don't know why, it just works for me. And I kind of like that the numbers don't match, which is ridiculous. But on one side it's yellow, and on the other side it's black because it's on the striping. I don't know why that I like that. And I don't know why that I like the color in the background and the striping and at that wild angle. But I feel like it fits. I don't mind this at all. I actually kind of like this. Okay, the Vegas Golden Knights. Yeah, like it is a bit throwback, but like throwback to what? Like the team is so new that it's almost like trying a little bit too hard with the kind of barber pole striping. It doesn't look too bad though. I think I could kind of see a uniform working with this. And the Jets, ooh, I like that actually. I like that a lot. Now, you might be thinking that the striping is like just some random lines, but if you think about the end of a runway at an airport, you get these lines at the front, I guess there's no front, at one end and also on the other end. That's where that striping comes from, I assume. If it was not intentional, then that is quite the coincidence considering they're called Jets. All to say, I actually like it. I think it looks a little silly on there, but if you understand the reasoning and it fits in with the theme and stuff, so it's pretty cool. And then the Washington Capitals, our last one here. So we've got the Screaming Eagle, some stars, very subtly in the stripes. I think that it's okay, but I think I've seen a lot better Screaming Eagle concepts before. I think I might know my favorite. I want to go, because I'm thinking about like teams, if they brought this back, how big of an impact would it be to the fan base, to jersey collectors and stuff? Like, for example, I'll put the LA Kings one up there. That's a great jersey concept. Tack Matt, home run on this one. And it'll be very, very well received. However, it is a little bit similar to the Reverse Retro 1 and Reverse Retro 2 because of the colors. So while this would be very popular, it would sell very well, and people would love it, I don't know if it would have the same impact as, say, another concept in here. So in my mind, I'm kind of thinking that the Columbus Blue Jackets is maybe my favorite for this one because I feel like this would make an impact to that organization. Fans, they would love this. I feel like even if it's not their favorite design, they would appreciate the throwback nature of this. And I think that a lot of jersey collectors would get that one as well because it is so different. Maybe another example of that could be maybe Pittsburgh. Like that's a branding decision that we would love to see come back. Maybe not exactly like this, but it is still kind of close to what they use now a little bit. So I don't know if it'd have the same impact. So I'm really thinking about impact of the throwback jersey. And that's why I feel like maybe Columbus would be the best option here. So they're going to be my favorite. I don't know if it's my favorite design overall, but I think it's the best decision by TechMat in the series. So that's going to be my favorite for this one. So TechMat, thank you so much for sending those in. I really appreciate it. If you guys want to come up with designs of yourself and you don't have a template at home, I can definitely help you out there with saving a little bit of money at sportstemplates.net to get the exact template that you saw in this video, the same one that TechMat used you can use code post to post, save yourself 10% off that one and other templates on the site as well. I like to say this every once in a while, or as often as I can remember it, there are free ones over there. So if you actually don't want to spend money right now, you can go over there and grab a bunch of free ones, have fun in Photoshop, send in all your designs, I'll take a peek at them. But if you do want to buy any templates over there, make sure you use the code post to post, because that is going to save yourself 10% on any template on the site. So thanks once again for watching. Thanks once again, Tech Matt, for sending those in. I appreciate you, and anyone who wants to submit concepts to the channel. Details on how to do that is down below in the description. Hope you guys are having a great start to your weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Adios.